Joining me now from Washington is former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs, Brigadier General Mark Kimmitt. General Kimmit, thank you for joining us. Let's get straight to it. Why is the U.S. supporting a group which NATO ally Turkey considers to be a terrorist organization?
Well, first of all, let's focus on the task at hand. The task at hand is the defeat of ISIS. Both of our countries recognize what a threat ISIS is. We've seen it happen with explosions at the airport in Istanbul. We've seen it with lone wolf attacks here in the United States. So while the government of Turkey sees a direct link between the PKK and the YPG, it is not as clear to the 70 nations within the coalition to fight ISIS. We find them to be good fighters. Let me finish, please. Let me finish, please. May I finish, please? We see them as very good fighters. They're inside Raqqa now. Both Turkey and the United States and the coalition nations have a mission, and that is to defeat ISIS, and that mission is going well.
General Kimmit, we've seen Russia, the U.S. of course, has been focusing on the fight against ISIS, but we see Russia taking an active position in consolidating Bashar al-Assad's hold in areas under his control. We've seen Turkey, of course, move into Jarablus in northern Syria after the YPG threat became imminent for them. We've also seen Iran push through its agenda. Has the U.S. in some way, in your opinion, lost out?
Oh, I don't think it's lost out, but it's very clear that other actors inside of Syria are playing a very significant role. Some of that in the interest of the coalition, in the interest of NATO, in the interest of Turkey, and others that are working against our interests. So whether it's Russia in Syria, whether it's Iran in Syria, or whether it's other forces inside of Syria, as I said, we've got to figure out what a post-war Syria is going to look like. And it's not simply one of what happens inside of Syria, but there's also the question, as you noted, of who are going to be the external actors that have the most influence in bringing, as you would say, a modern Syria into the future.
General Kimmit, recently we've seen condemnation from the U.S. against the Turkish state news agency in releasing location of U.S. military personnel in northern Syria. What's the reaction that you're getting from the U.S.?
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's condemnation. I think it's quite a large amount of disappointment. Turkey is an ally of the United States. They understand the implications of where these sites are. They understand the increased danger that U.S. and coalition soldiers are now that these sites have been revealed. Again, like all of these issues that we have with the Turkish government, none of them are irreparable. We will work our way through them. But I would say, to answer your question directly, there's a great sense of disappointment here that an ally would do that to another ally.
How do you see this relationship then, if there is such a level of miscommunication between these two allies, these essential NATO allies? How do you think they can get over this and mend ties?
Well, between you and me, this is very much like a marriage. We've been married in the NATO alliance for many, many years. That doesn't mean it's always a perfect marriage. There are arguments, there are disputes. Sometimes cups are thrown, but I believe in the long run we'll recognize that Turkey, the United States, and the NATO alliance have a very strong relationship, a very strong marriage, and we're going to get over this.
General Mark Kimmitt, former Assistant Secretary of State for Political and Military Affairs in the U.S., joining us from Washington. Thank you again.